The flashbacks for this episode actually are kind of worth mentioning for once, so I'll talk about those briefly. Brief summary of that. So Amanda Waller, she captures a munitions specialist. She wants Oliver to torture him, and she managed to salvage Oliver's bow and arrow from the Amazo, and Oliver refuses. And so instead of interrogating and torturing this guy, Oliver tries to reason with him. But it's too late because a bomb goes off in Hong Kong, and as a result, Waller's pissed off, and Waller gives Oliver the big Jack Bauer, Dick Cheney friggin' speech about how torture is great and it's really effective and everything. And so she gives Oliver a second chance, and she has Oliver torture this guy who is working with China White, and this time he follows through with it. So getting into the present day, Arrow, Roy, and Diggle they track down Captain Boomerang's base of operations by some fucking bullshit Star Labs was able to figure out. They don't find Captain Boomerang there, but instead they find a bunch of Argus agents. Felicity figures out that the guy who was killed in the last episode, being the last episode of Arrow, in the alley there, was an Argus agent. So Oliver has Diggle look into it. So Cisco and Caitlin show up at the Arrow Cave to get the DNA from Sarah's murder, and they both geek out. Now, I bet you can probably see what's gonna happen now. I mean, it's pretty obvious what is about to happen. This is again just like the Flash episode. This is the shitty, crappy excuse as to why now we're gonna again get another crossover episode. Just another flimsy excuse to have another fucking crossover, just like the last episode with the boomerang with the materials made in Central City. This time, Cisco and fucking Caitlin show up at the Arrow Cave just because they need to get some DNA sample or some shit, and that's the whole basis of a fucking crossover. So, anywho, so Diggle is at Argus headquarters. Captain Boomerang shows up and stages an assault. Diggle calls Oliver for reinforcements, and it's revealed that Captain Boomerang is after his ex-wife Lila. Arrow and Roy show up, and Captain Boomerang throws some boomerangs at Ollie, and Flash deflects them. And again, this is just like the Flash episode the night before. Same exact kind of scene where it's role reversal though. Like last episode, the Flash episode was Arrow saving Flash from Rainbow Raider. This time it's Flash saving Arrow from Captain Boomerang. Double beat. But of course they're writing the episodes assuming you're only watching the one show. So of course it doesn't work. Or at least it doesn't work if you watch both shows, because it just seems like a double beat. So Captain Boomerang gets away. Uh, so it's revealed that Captain Boomerang is after Lila because he was one of the Suicide Squad members at some point, and there was this mission that went south, and she made the decision to detonate the brain bombs that all these Suicide Squad members have. So the idea is that Amanda Waller takes these supervillains, has them do these secret kind of black opsy type missions, and then if things go wrong or they try to disobey or something, they have bombs implanted in their brains that she can activate at will. That'll instantly kill them. So his malfunctioned in this instance, and now he's out for revenge. So back at the Arrow Cave, Oliver is annoyed with Barry, doesn't want to team up, and they point out the differences between the shows. Again, so again, not only do we have this situation again where Oliver's annoyed with Flash and doesn't want to team up, but again we get the whole thing where they're comparing, contrasting Flash and Arrow again. We just seen this the night before. Why do we have to hear about it again? But I guess again they're assuming that you didn't watch the Flash episode. Um, okay, so eventually, just like the night before, Oliver agrees to the team up. Um, Oliver links Captain Boomerang to some Russian mobsters. They track this Russian mobster guy down. Oliver tortures the guy like he should have done to Merlin. I don't know why he didn't just torture Merlin, get information out of him. But apparently he can do it here. And this was something that Oliver learned in a flashback. So it's not like he didn't have the knowledge to do this. So the Russian mobster guy, he hands over a encrypted phone to Captain Boomerang that Captain Boomerang gave to him. There you go. And Barry doesn't like this. He doesn't like how Oliver tortured the guy, and again they're pointing out the differences between Flash and Arrow. Okay, we get it. We get it, guys. They're not the same. One guy is by any means necessary, and one guy is more like isn't like that. He has principles and stuff, and there's things he won't do. But then Oliver is willing to do things that Flash isn't willing to do. Okay, we get it. So Barry feels let down by his idol. Uh, Felicity decrypts the phone. Diggle has talk with Roy and Cisco about how complicated the world has gotten. Cisco tells him the world was always crazy, and that before metahumans shit showed up, and maybe superpowers were given to people like the Flash to help people deal with the world's craziness. And what Diggle should have been saying is that the show used to be a lot better before metahumans and all this other bullshit showed up. Maybe all the metahumans should take their friggin' wannabe X-Men asses and back to fucking heroes and fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, it's real the phone is just a diversion, and Captain Boomerang manages to backtrace it to backtrace the phone to the Arrow Cave, and Captain Boomerang nearly kills Lila with a boomerang. Barry super speeds Lila to the hospital. Felicity, Caitlin, Cisco, and Roy have another conversation about how the Arrow and the Flash TV shows are different. We get it already. Oliver blames himself for what happened to Lila, and he comes to this realization he shouldn't have tortured that dude, and that he's losing his humanity, and he's feeling all guilty. But Barry tells him that there's still light in him, because after all the bad things he's been through, he's still a hero. So Felicity tracks Captain Boomerang down again. Arrow and Flash corner him, and unlike the last episode where apparently they just would just throw him in prison, it's revealed that he has a contingency plan, and he has 5 bombs planted throughout the city that will go off in 90 seconds. So Cisco and Felicity figure out where the bombs are. Then they have to be disabled like simultaneously in order to work, because they're all linked somehow or some shit. So they get 5 members of the team to go to disable the bomb simultaneously because they do the thing I was talking about the last video there where was it the last video? Or was the video before where I was talking about how Flash speeds off of people and if you kind of sudden stop, your brain would smack against his skull and surely kill you. But sure, whatever. So they're dropped up to where the bombs are and fucking the day saved. Uh, Diggle proposes Lila. She gets out of surgery, and Team Arrow and Team Flash exchange gifts. And so the episode ends with yet another Arrow Flash fight, but we don't really see it. But it's more of like a playful sparring type thing. But so yeah, double beat though. Again, they're in a fight. So they go to this abandoned building to go and fight. And once again, I must take issue with the guy writing these episode recaps that I'm reading from, Chancellor Adgard, as he suggests that Oliver would win in this fight, much like in the way in this universe. If you haven't figured it out, Oliver's kind of like the Batman type character, and Flash is like the Superman type character here. So one's kind of dark and broody, one's the kind of Boy Scout, kind of more light in the darkness type hero, right? As it were. So he suggests that Oliver would win a fight against the Flash. Yeah, okay, yeah, right. Much like Batman would defeat Superman because he's just so smart. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Batman would defeat Superman. Right? Oh yeah, okay. What good would Superman's smarts be if fucking Superman smeared his fucking brains on the pavement? Are you out of your mind? Oh, motherfucker, Superman would punch Batman's head off. Get real. This Batman fanboyism is just so obnoxious. It's so over the top. As a lot of these things I'm finding in this fucking show, or things related to the show. Hey, what is Batman? Fucking is he like the Chuck Norris of fucking superheroes? Oh, once Batman got in a fight with Doomsday, Doomsday, Darkseid, Apocalypse, and Thanos, and they all destroyed each other out of fear. Batman's the only superhero to ever defeat a solid brick wall in a tennis match. Batman saw Deadpool break the fourth wall, so Batman broke the fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth walls. Come on. Hey, what can Batman also... Not only can he defeat Superman, but he can also defeat a fucking, a nuclear bomb in a fight? People act like fucking Batman's invincible just because he's really smart. And it's just like the thing with Green Arrow versus Flash I talked about. At the end of the day, you have to get down to brass tacks. Who would win in a fucking fight? It would always be Superman. We're just talking about who would win in a fight. Never mind Batman having some assistance, some mecha suit, or some other bullshit. Oh, okay, so... Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm drinking the Batman haterade. But here it comes, folks. The episode of all episodes. It's the finale. Next episode. We're talking about episode 309. But overall, I'd say this episode, before we get to episode 309, which is just fucking horrible, but we'll get into that. This episode was probably the best of those 4 fillery type episodes. Other than the crossover stuff that doesn't really work. I like some of the ideas about the torture stuff and, the character development with Ollie here, which I actually like compared to the previous episode with Cupid and all that. I'd say overall, this is actually a pretty good episode, despite the offensive fucking crossover bullshit, Flash bullshit that doesn't work.